Hi everyone, and welcome to PCD, or Post-Con Depression. This is gonna be a video podcast where we are gonna talk with your favorite creators about their FurCon experiences. The highs, the funny moments, and the surprises. And at the end of everything, how they are dealing with the all-well-to-known post-con blues. In the first episodes, we are gonna be focusing on Eurofurence 29, and especially hearing from those who have experienced their very first FurCon. So, grab a drink, get comfy, and let's dive right into the stories. For our very first episode, I'm already very thankful that you've decided to kind of be the guinea pig for this. It's no other than the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Mr. Upper himself, Contigo!
Hi.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. This is, especially since it was your very first FurCon. It was like, oh yeah, I need this guy. I need this guy. So, first and foremost, how about you introduce yourself to the listeners right now and tell us what kind of content you're making?
Oof, okay, not easy. First, I am Contigo, and what kind of content do I do really? Because it depends on my mood. I don't know. I don't really have a coherent content. Just funny skits here and there, and sometimes I yap about my favorite topics. For example, sometimes it's about Eurovision or my favorite band, ABBA. So that's why I'm always called the Eurovision or ABBA boy. So
yeah, kind of becoming, kind of a running gag. It's just like, oh hey, ABBA, that's Contigo.
Yeah.
So, content creation. What made you decide to be like, hey, let's start making videos and post them on TikTok?
So honestly, I had the idea for a very long time in my life, and I really never started until I met someone who was already way too deep into content creation, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should try it myself this time, and I did it, and since then I've never really stopped, and I quite enjoy it. I like it.
Yeah, you're like kind of the you know, like a bunch of people now from the furry TikTok community. So it's like, oh hey, Contigo is there, and then it's just like, oh hey, this guy, and then like half the TikTok furry community.
I like to connect myself with other people. That's just
a very open person.
I love to connect myself with other people, and that's why I'm always messaging people here and there and be like, hey, want to do something together? I don't know.
Yeah, because always creating content is always like more fun than doing content alone. Though I myself, I always get a little bit nervous. Not that I've done much content with other people together, but yeah. Furry TikTok. How about the next topic? When did you notice, or when did you kind of slip into the furry community?
Oh, that was literally like the beginning of last year. Thanks to let's say just incident, I just needed some comfort, and I recently started playing VR chat then again, and I was like, you know what, let's hang with furries, I guess. And they were comforting, and they welcomed me into the group, and at some point I was like, you know what, I also need an Abby just to fit along. I want to be one of them, and since then I'm always a spotted boy here and there, many variations, but always spotted.
The spotted boy. So you haven't been a furry for that long, so to say.
No.
When did you start playing VR chat? Also kind of at the same time, right? Like, what was it like?
At the same time, it was
2 years ago.
No, just
Or,
February 2024.
ah,
March, February 2024, yeah.
So, yeah, it's always the people that don't that just see furries or hear from them with all the other stories, right? It's just like when you actually talk to furries, especially in VR chat, I mean, they are always the weird people, but most of them just mean they're very welcoming community.
Yeah, I found my comfort that I needed.
Yeah, they made a lot of friends in the furry community as well.
I would say almost like 100%, yeah. Just purely furries. Yeah.
And then, yeah, becoming a furry not for that long, and then you decided this year, hey yo, let's go to our very first FurCon, and one of the largest, if not the largest. I don't know about NFC. I think it's like either the biggest or one of the biggest Eurofurrens. So, when did you decide? What was the final deciding point that you were like, okay, let's go to Eurofurrens for a first con?
I guess the last year, Ferns, I was like, hey, I kind of missed out because some of my friends were there, and I was like, huh. And around that time before the last year, Ferns, everyone was like, not the first question of a conversation wasn't hello, how are you? How are you? The first question was, hey, are you going to Eurofurrens? I'm like, no. And so many friends asked me, I kind of got jealous, and I want to be there too. And after I heard for the upcoming year friends, how many of my friends are going this year, I was like, I need to be there. And I don't regret my choice. It was, yeah.
Yeah. Some people start out with like smaller cons or local fur meets, but for you it was then probably pretty quickly that you just skip that and just instantly go to the big one. When you
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I would have just asked another question or continue with another question, but go ahead.
I went to smaller, I don't know if it's considered fur meet really, but it was like a small group of furs that meet up. There were 2 occasions. One was in a city nearby, like 2-hour drive, and the other meet was literally in my city, and I went there twice. But it was way closer friend group. Like the meet in my city was like around 8 people, sometimes 5 to 8, and the other one was around 20 to 30. But yeah.
Oh, damn, that's better than me. When I kind of got to know more local furries. I mean, I've been living here since 2016, but I haven't really gotten into the local furry community. Just a little bit before I started my job, which was about like 3 years-ish ago or something. I don't really know, to be honest. Because, funny enough, one of my coworkers is a furry. And because of him, I kind of got to know more local furries. But at that time, I got to know more people. They kind of lost the location where they were hosting the local fur meet. And ever since then, they didn't really bother to find a new location, so they just stopped. And I know the next bigger one is just like 45 minutes or something. Car drive, but I don't know. I mean, I know like 2 people or something from there, but then I'm like, yeah, no. So, Eurofurrens, what were your first impressions? You arrived in Hamburg, and then the Redison came closer and closer, and then you were there. What were your first impressions?
So I arrived on Tuesday, so one day before the con even started, and I met up with some of our group. We were like in a Telegram group of other creators, and I met some of them, and just seeing them for the first time, it just was a new experience. You just looked at them and they were like, talk, just to recognize, trying to recognize the voice, because no badges, nothing yet. You just could work with the voices and that's about it, unless you knew exactly how they look like. But yeah, and it was kind of an awesome experience. Sometimes it was kind of weird because we were like, do we know each other? Do we? I don't know.
This guy.
So yeah, it was sometimes weird, but yeah, the first meet was awesome. It was good, right in front of the Radisson, and the group kind of grew over time. And then we just started hanging, and after a while, we decided to go to a restaurant, just eat, and that was pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, you so like, oh yeah, you said figuring out like who is who, but well, I mean, I mean, as soon as I saw just Goku with his Pasha, right? It's just like, who's the guy with the spotted shirt next to him? I wonder. Were like more
Fair
people that you
enough.
like kind of recognize instantly because they were like maybe like wearing something that's like, you know, like you did with like the spotted shirt or something like that.
Yeah, it's a good recognition, you know, like the spots. People told me they could see me from way far, like they saw me from like the back of the line or something, because I was just walking around and the spots were kind of visible from far. So it's kind of funny.
What was especially a big highlight for you or a surprise at Euroference? Maybe a good one, or it can be a bad one as well for such a big con that Euroference is.
So first of all, the amount of people was crazy. Like for me, like it was my first con ever, not just furry con, but like con at all. Like no Gamescom, no nothing else. First con, and the amount of people. Ooh, that was a lot of people, which is crazy. And the con itself had some moments where I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. For example, just small things, but the quiet rooms. I already talked about it in a video of my own. The quiet rooms are amazing, and I love them so much. It was something I really needed. I would call myself sometimes an introvert, and just having a room where you can just relax and take a break for a few minutes, even sleep, because there were two of them, and was kind of awesome. One other point, I don't want to say it's a negative point, but it was a surprise for sure. The smell of weed. You just walk out of the main entrance, walk to the right.
That's
Smoking weed was.
Yeah, I think in the group I was in, we had 2 people that are regular consumers, and one has is the medical prescription for it as well. So I mean, I'm kind of used to it, but it's still. It always likes if I smell it, it like actually sends shivers. It's like, ugh.
It was weird. I don't know. I don't have really experience with any kind of drug, smoke, whatever, and just the pure amount, like the amount of weed I smelled and saw, as well, was.
Yeah. So how did you enjoy QCon? All the queues.
Honestly, I participated in only the most necessary queue there was,
the
which
registration.
was the queue for registration. Yeah, and I was pretty far ahead. That's the point. I just waited not for too long. I was pretty quick and got
moved
registered.
pretty quickly, actually. I think I arrived like, I think like an hour to half an hour before registration opened. I arrived there, and I think I waited longer for the registration to start than the actual queue lasted. Like, it actually went pretty quickly.
I was like,
Compared to other years, it was worse. But then again, I was also in the queue for Dealer's Den because I really wanted to get like 2 things from Dealer's Den. And I spent so much. Oh god, I don't want to talk about how much I spent at Dealer's Den. Oh,
I spent nothing at the Dealer's Den. 0. I'm proud of myself.
yeah. So what was it? I don't know if you've seen the video where this person is like asking how much you want to spend at Dealer's Den. Nothing. And then what they actually spend, and it's just like dead on the floor.
To be fair, I wanted to go to a Dealer's Den way earlier. Like, I went in there like the last 1 or 2 days, but when I want to go in earlier, but then it said like no backpacks, and I was like, damn. I was in line, and then they said no backpacks, so
I think they changed that though, because like every time I went in there, I had the bag, for the Eurofurence bag, with like something to eat and something to drink in it. At some point, I know they said that no tails were allowed.
Yeah, I heard.
I didn't know about the no bags thing actually. Yeah, but did you take any other core memories home with you from the Eurofurence, other than like meeting all of your friends, all the people?
Just in general, the people was amazing. I mean, there's so much I could technically talk about. The people itself, how they interact with each other. There was so much love and happiness all around. Like, I would even consider saying there was like almost 0 drama at all. From what I've heard, because furries and drama, big thing. And I would say there was nothing.
It's the only it's always fun when people. I remember this one moment. We were sitting like in the middle grass area behind the pizza truck and the other truck, and then either we were sitting there or like you came out of the CCH and went to the right, like in this corner there. We were there as well sometimes, and it's funny when people say furries are cringe, but then you have like this. Then there was this group of in Germany we say Talerhunds. They were like walking about there and were like, "Oh my god, yo, you're a dog!" It's like, okay, dude, like you're more cringe than the furries itself by just barking at furries. But other than that, that was like the only time where I noticed it. People being weird. I mean, like very obviously weird. Then of course there were like the 1 or 2 other occasions where the people just secretly just when they walk just through there, just with their phone.
Yeah, I saw it a lot. But I would say the public kind of was chill about it. Like, from all age groups, from what I've seen so far, I was like, well, damn, hopefully we don't get like not attacked, but like judgy looks. But there were so many elderly people that were like, hey, that's cool, and they took pictures with furries. So
yes, oh my,
it's so cool to see how everyone actually kind of appreciated that.
I always have to imagine it's just like, they get home and at the next family meeting, they're like, oh, look here. They show their grandkids, oh, look here. We met these people there. Just at the family dinner, just showing pictures with the furries. But yeah, oh my, have you seen this little, there were like these furries that were there with their kid. And they put the fursuit hat on their kid, so yeah, this little kid running around with the fursuit hat. That was absolutely adorable. Yeah, what I like about FurCons is really just that it's open. It's since it's LGBTQ plus whatever friendly, it's just everyone just being themselves. My one of our friends, just wanted to had to take some time off from home because he has a little bit of drama with his parents at home and stuff, and he's just like, he was so happy there, it was crazy. And just he can put on his cute thigh highs and his skirt and everything, right? It's just him expressing how he wants to express himself is one of the coolest things about furcons as well.
Oh, I could share a story about I mean, you remember, I was wearing a Dalmatian shirt, right? So when I bought it, I bought 3 different types. I was not wearing the same shirt over the whole con. I had 3 different Dalmatian shirts and always switched them in between. But point is, when I bought them, my mother called me, and I was like, "Yo, what's up? Yeah, don't wear that in public." I'm like, "Oh, what? Yeah, don't wear that in public. You get looks." I'm like, "Okay." They don't know that, they don't know it. But still, I bought myself shirts, and she told me to not wear them in public. What? Like, it's just Dalmatian like spots on a shirt, and still, it was, I don't know. That was also a weird experience before the con itself. Kind of, I of course wore it anyway in public and still, I'm here. Nothing happened. I don't know what she thought would happen, but I'm here. It looks cool. I got the recognition I wanted, and it worked. But I don't know.
Yeah, parents are, they just want the best for their kids. I'm a little bit different. I'm very unhinged when it comes to showing that I'm a furry. I don't really mind. Like, at dealer stand, I bought this this furry shirt where there's like an anime version of it, with all the very suggestive looking faces. I bought this, but as a furry version. And the other day, a friend of mine, because he had a week of vacation after your friends as well, so he came with me to my place because he didn't really know what to do, and we went to a museum in Leipzig, and one of the people that worked there was like, "Oh wow, cool to see another furry here." Just randomly.
That's the cool thing about furries. You might never know who actually is one.
Yeah. Because he was also pretty new in the area. So yeah, I proudly show that I'm a furry because I don't really care what other people think of me. Yeah, but, well, all good things come to an end, and so did Eurofurence. Looking back, what's like the strongest feeling you have of Eurofurence? Or in general, what are like your feelings now after Eurofurence?
It's like a good and a bad thing at the same time, the chaos. Just the amount of chaos that was there was sometimes a little bit too much, but at the same time now I'm at home and silence, nothing, and I kind of miss the chaos at the same time, but also don't really if I'm surrounded by too much chaos. So yeah, but still I miss a lot of people, like seeing them for the first time and just hanging, just having casual conversations and just not doing something specifically, just being around them was just cool. I mean, I think it was almost the last day. We went into the park next to the CCH and had a small picnic. And awesome memories there.
It's always okay. I need to work with this camera more. But well, I learn how to do this stuff the further the more I do this. But yeah, I had for me, funny enough, I think my day was more structured and more had like more. I don't know if it makes sense, but like had like a kind of more value to it, or like I did more things. Yeah, that's yeah. My day was more structured, and I did more things in general than I would now that I'm home. It's just like, say when the best things were always like, hey, yo, let's go eat somewhere. And just, the friends, it's just everything that makes it. I really miss my friends. Because not my friend didn't, he arrived after me. So he stayed another day in Hamburg, my friend that then came to visit me. But I took another friend to the airport closest to me, and so I dropped him off at the airport, and I got back into my car. It was already dark, and I started driving, came onto the Autobahn, and as soon as I was on the Autobahn, and my brain figured, that's it, that's the last stretch before you arrive at home. I was like, oh, fuck, man. I did shed like 1 or 2 tears because I was like, fuck, it's all over again. It's post-con depression.
Yeah, I get that.
Would you say that you, after Eurofurence, that you have like grown or changed in some ways after attending your first FurCon?
Honestly, I would say no, because I represent myself as I do in VR chat. I sometimes I tell people I'm different IRL, but most of them told me no, actually you're not. Kind of the same. So
all.
I haven't really changed. So there was no character development right there. I just collected experiences, awesome times, and went home. But I haven't really changed afterwards.
So you came home, and how did you got affected or like by post-con depression as well?
Yes,
How
and
did you
also
deal with
affected.
it?
Well, I mean, first of all, I got infected by post-con depression, but also I really got infected. I got sick, so that was a reminder that I was at Eurofurence. So I got sick, yay!
Yay.
But it was not that bad, honestly. It's just 1 week, and I'm fine again. So
I didn't got sick.
I'm good. Yeah, some of my friends didn't get sick, but some did.
The classic con COVID.
Yeah, but I can cope with the post-con depression just by hopping on VR chat again, and just we're hosting like meetups after the con just to see everybody that we saw IRL.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Weren't you literally doing it on the CCH map?
Yeah, we did. But at some point it got so big that we changed the map.
Oh yes, because the group was literally called Post-Con Depression or something. You have 29 PCD or what it was.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, I was. What did I do when I got home? I was like, I think I was like awake for like till like 3 a.m. or something, and just coping. But well, next day my friend came though. He was like, "Oh yeah, just pick me up there.
Oh, that's
Let's go."
neat.
Would you say that after attending Eurofurence, it like sparked some new ideas for your content and future projects?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So during the convention itself, for example, I had like two creative ideas itself, which were more IRL based. Maybe I will do IRL content at some point. Who knows? But for example, I got the con book. I think that.
Oh yeah, the con book.
Yeah, but there were two versions.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm only in the one with the instant one, not the one.
The one that I got, that I was carrying around. The other one that was traveling around the con.
Yes,
I got that bag. That bag. Nobody stole it. And free scan everything, uploaded it, and that was an awesome idea. Then I record my entire convention experience with my 3DS, which was also kind of unique. And again, I swear, if you look at the video, it's such a nostalgic vibe. It's just, I love looking back at that video. I love it. But I also got a new idea for the upcoming cons where I will probably go to. Next one will probably be NFC in Malmö, Sweden.
Mhm.
And I had an idea just to
So we'll
go
meet
there.
again.
But my idea for the next con would be that I would walk around with a completely white shirt and I would just print out black dots. And just people can just place like
Oh my God,
stickers
what?
on my shirt and like fill me up as a Dalmatian. It's just making the spots here and there. That was one idea I had. There were some others, but I want to try some creative ideas every single time for a new con. I want to be more creative, but yeah. But content-wise, just I don't know, yap about con.
Yep. All the yapping.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, yeah. I mean, for me as well. That's why we're sitting here today. It was like, hey, damn! Like this guy was the first FurCon. This guy was the first FurCon. Some other people as well. You know, just let's see how did they experience their first FurCon. Yeah, speaking of first FurCon, what's an advice you would give to someone who is thinking about going to their first ever furry convention? Or convention in general?
I was kind of prepared for multiple occasions. First of all, water. Holy, you need a lot of water. You need to have something to carry water around. Because buying water all the time at the con gonna need a lot of money, so I would recommend just carrying water bottle around you. What else? Hygiene. I would recommend washing your hands on multiple occasions.
Yes.
'Cause
Very
I-
important.
even after
Wash
I
your
washed-
dirty beans!
Even after I washed my hands on multiple occasions, I got sick. So it's gonna prevent it, but it would probably help a lot. Enjoying yourself more. Get more extroverted. Just go out, talk to people.
Take
and don't
pictures with
hide in the
fursuiters.
corner.
I'm a bit introverted when it comes to I see people are like, oh damn, I know this guy like in suit, but just like from here and there. But then I'm just like I like don't really ask for fursuit pictures.
I would also recommend taking more pictures because I didn't do too many for memories really. That was kind of a bummer, but I did ran from one person to another and just say hi, finally seeing you, and just a hug and whatever. And yeah, that was awesome. But no evidence that I ever did that because no pictures taken. So
Yeah, for me it actually was. For me, it was the FurCon where I took the least pictures. Because I just wanted to experience the con for once and not just constantly have my phone in my hand and whatever.
that's fair.
Since it was your first FurCon, I remember my first FurCon was the last Eurofurence in Berlin. What the fuck is going on outside? Hello? Okay. It was just a loud noise outside. My first FurCon was the last Eurofurence in Berlin. I would have gone earlier to furry conventions. My first FurCon would have been Confusselt in 2020, but well, if you remember 2020, yeah, it was a bit. Some people say bad times. Some people in VR chat say good times because this is what like majorly kicked off some stuff in VR chat, especially the whole clubbing scene, which is amazing. But I remember I went to literally the panel, Your First Furry Convention. Did you go to any panels other than? I mean, yeah, I know, yeah. So to what panels? Let's just say, to which panels did you go to, and what was like your favorite one?
Only really technically 3. Gonna be honest. The first was this sticker trade. The other one was the TikTok Fermi. Was there briefly because I was with friends. I was just with them, but then skedaddle out of there because I don't belong there, to be honest. And the last one, I forgot the name. That's bad, but it's from friend. I think it's called from digital form to film. Like, oh god. It's interesting because
I think
it's from
I've read
Tom.
it. Yeah, I think I've read it somewhere when you say like from the digital form thingy, mabob thing. It rings a bell. Like I've read this panel somewhere.
It's from Tom Beck. He does his YouTube series totally randomness where he records, for example, VR chat footage, but then takes the footage and records it with like an old camera from, I don't know, from the 1980s or something.
Yeah, I totally read this. I was like, oh damn, this sounds interesting. Then it's like, oh, how can you like convert your recorded footage to something else? I was like, okay.
Yeah, he explained his whole process, and then at the end we tried to watch a news episode on a projector, but the light bulb burnt through, so we weren't able to. That was really the moment he realized, oh, yeah, we have a problem.
Damn it.
But he had a backup. He had a backup, and we watched it on a beamer. So, but still, it was awesome.
Did you know that beamer is such a German word? It's in English. It's a projector. It's just funny when it's just funny. You know, people are German when they start talking. Oh yeah, so they had a beamer.
Projector, okay, but okay, there was a projector, but it was literally like a very old one.
Oh,
like
you mean
very
the
old projector?
heads-up projector? You know, the thing, the
no,
most
even older, even older.
even older.
Yeah, it was a really old one for cinemas.
Oh god, you know, the most high-tech stuff in East Germany, overhead projectors.
West Germany had them.
It's just, I think it's like everywhere in Germany that they still use the fucking overhead projectors. This stuff never dies. I think it's a thunderstorm outside. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Would explain why it's so dark at my place too.
Do you have any other funny or maybe awkward stories you are willing to share?
Let me think for a second. There were a lot of funny moments. Realization of who are people. For the first time, we went out eating like with a bigger group. We were like, at the end, we were like 18 people, and there was one American sitting with us, and I kind of missed the point where he introduced himself because, in my opinion, he never really did. He was just sitting with us, and I just accepted the fact there's an American sitting with us, and everyone knew each other, and I just did not know who he was. Then somebody else came, and I was like, hey, do you know that person? And he said, yeah, I don't know. Twist was, that person was Milo. That person was Milo sitting with us. And the realization, I went to the other person again. Wait, aren't you rooming with Milo? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that is Milo. Oh, yeah, I don't know how Milo looks like. I'm like, you're rooming with him. You don't know how he looks like. What do you mean? And we're literally sitting in front of each other. It was such an awkward moment. The realization that smile, I was like, wait, you're Milo. And then I introduced myself to him as well. And he was like, well, yeah, that's you. That was the best moment, like during production times. But yeah.
Oh god! What was a funny thing? Oh yeah, one of my funny things was at some point I met another friend that was hanging with a different group, and we were talking a bit. Then sharing stickers, and then we went out and about, just doing our own stuff. And at some point, I looked through his Discord server, and he posted some pictures of fursuiters and stuff like this. And in this one picture, he took a picture of a fursuiter, and there is a guy like in the frame. You know, when you like he walks into the frame and notices, oh shit, they are taking a picture. So he literally has a stance like about to go back, but there is no other picture. There's just this one picture that exists. And the funny story is that the guy walking into the picture there was someone from our group, and I shared the picture, and he just responded, "Dude, I was literally walking out of frame again." Oh,
Still
God,
got caught.
Oh yeah, caught in 4K. Oh.
Have you seen how is it called in English? The speeding ticket thingy. What? Damn it! What was it called?
Speeding ticket thing.
If you drive too fast on the autobahn.
Yeah, you mean the speed camera?
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody
no,
had one.
I haven't. No.
Was one set up like next to the entrance, and you could just run and would caught you. It was awesome as well.
I haven't seen that. Oh, I just know that the guy who's operating the train thingy was sometimes driving around outside. Just at some point this broke like right next to us because there was just some bits falling out of it. Then it was just stopped there.
The dinos. Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. Who organized this? So who the fuck organized that?
Friend of Bartek.
Friend of Bartek. Yeah, because I at some point was like just hearing, oh yeah, Bartek's going inside. Because well, I took part in this shit.
Oh yeah, true. I think I remember. Yeah, you were also in there. Like loads of my friends were in there at some point. Like I recognized a lot of faces sticking out of the windshields.
Oh, this was perfect training for a fursuit. It got so warm, it's crazy.
I saw it. I hugged someone afterwards. They were wet.
The coolest thing was we were allowed to keep them afterwards.
Keep yours?
Yeah. I kept mine. If you didn't want to keep it, like you were responsible for disposing it, but you had to give the fan that's inside there. You had to give it to a fursuiter because it's literally a fan. But yeah, so now I have one of those stupid dino costumes. Oh, bro, the content Hyrule put out during Eurofurence is just literally with everyone. It's just like, oh yeah, this guy uploaded a video. Oh, it's Hyrule. Oh, this guy uploaded a video. Oh, it's Hyrule.
Recorded everything with his
the 360 camera.
Yeah,
it was so funny. What was it? The video
one.
with Schnuri was fucking funny. Where it just I think at a TikTok meetup where it was just standing so fucking close to his camera. So Hyrule is such a silly goober.
He is. He also prepared 37. I bought them. I had them in my car. 37 cans of beans. Yeah. And each and every one had labels. Some of them had special labels for specific people. I had a Dalmatian bean can.
Nice had
got one.
Yeah.
Shinori got one. Yeah, a lot of them had special versions.
I'd say it's very cool that the original Hyrule beans. God damn.
Yeah. So, if you want to know a secret about them, so I bought 37 cans. And I just bought them all at once. But then, after I bought them, I noticed 6 of them were like sugar-free cans of beans. Like, they had a special label, sugar-free. And I didn't tell anyone after we put the labels on. So, 6 of these cans are like special sugar-free cans of beans. I don't know how they taste like, and I ate them. But 6 of them are different from the other ones.
You heard it here first.
You might never know. You cannot tell really, because we only got one can, and I don't know how the Heinz beans taste like. I've never ate them in my life.
I don't know. I just know them
So
because
I could have them. I could have the weird ones. I don't know.
The weird ones. Oh.
The sugar-free ones. I don't know.
If you could sum up Eurofurence in 3 words, what would those words be?
Do it again. I would totally do it again. It was awesome, and I would recommend it for people who are like tempted. If you have the finances, to be fair, to begin with, if you have the finances,
the most expensive part isn't really the con. You can what a friend of mine did, for example, is he always says he isn't. He always says I'm not going to Eurofurence, but I will be kind of. Fittingly in the area. So he doesn't buy a ticket because, most of the con is, especially with the CCH, a majority of the con is just outside of.
It's outside, yeah.
Yeah, which is actually really
I know
cool.
exactly who you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A certain Nardo.
Yeah. Donardo.
I met him too. But yeah, honestly, you don't technically need a ticket. The most expensive part is accommodation, hotel, and I paid 120 euros for parking alone. So yeah. Next time I will not take the car.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the connection, then that's, or if you don't have much luggage, then that's totally fair. But since we are trying to maybe get something more official going next year with our VR club, something besides placeholder, we. Especially me, I'm always like, yo, can you bring this and that? So with all the stuff that I have, it's a bit complicated to take public transport. But yeah, for the first day, I paid 40 euros for parking. And then I actually switched, funny enough, even before the first night, I switched hotels because I had the opportunity for it. So I still had my car there for one night, 40 euros, and then it was 16 euros per night after that, because I reparked my car. Oh, but still, parking is crazy expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I think I can. One of the last questions I noted down is, but I know you don't have a single specific one, but because my last question would be what's the most interesting person you've met at Eurofurence, but. By the amount of friends you've met there, it's yes, this would be. Yes, there's not just not one an interesting person, but just in general, everyone.
So, new person, a completely new person that I met, or friends that I already knew and met for the first time.
Just in general, interesting person you've met. It could be even someone, some random dude, one of the bottle collecting people.
So, we had kind of a ranking, like an official ranking inside of our group.
Ooh.
Uh, like
like those girly lists back in school where they were ranking like the
it
cute
was very
boys.
briefly, just very briefly, like who looks the sexiest, because there were two very.
Ooh.
They were always good looking, always good dressed, well dressed, but there was one person that wore the crown for the best character, best person in the entire group, and I don't know if you've ever seen. He also does content. Like I said, the whole group is just content people, and Nan by any chance?
I've
Sorry.
read I've seen their content, yeah, but they don't. Yeah, I've seen their content, yeah, but I've read the name and I've seen the content, but if you ask me what avatar they are using, I don't know.
This is called Small Orange Fox, but oh my god, him as a person, he was the best. He was literally the best. You always want to be around him. He was awesome character, awesome person, and he would wear the crown for being the best.
I just know for a fact that when I was randomly walking round and about with my friend, the certain Nardo I already kind of mentioned earlier, right? We just went back to the hotel I was staying, and we just randomly ran into Blixter.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh my god!" He was very excited to meet Blixter.
Blixter's awesome. Blixter's also awesome.
yeah.
He was always excited about everything. Yeah.
But yeah, this are for now all my questions that I wrote down. I mean, and if I look at the time, it's a bit. Oh yeah, let's make this about 30 minutes. I think it's like a bit more than about 30 minutes.
I would say yeah. I can tell.
But it's I'm trying to figure out what like a good time is. I thought like 30 minutes maybe okay-ish, but well, if you talk to someone who literally went to their first FurCon, then it's like there's so much to talk about. And I bet we could talk for another hour on like everything that was going on at Eurofurence. Oh, the VR chat portal was amazing as well.
The fursuit lounge.
The fursuit walk. Funny enough, the parade. The fursuit lounge. Oh yeah, the fursuit lounge. It's actually, if I'm honest, it's the first time I've heard you can literally just walk in there.
Yeah, I also thought I need to be
yes,
I need to
it
have
was always like, oh yeah,
everything.
the fursuit lounge. You have to have, you can go as a fursuiter. You with the badge, you can go in there and you can take one, a person with you that's like walking you around like a guide person, something. So, but it's the first time you can literally just walk in there. Because a friend of mine who was at security was like, you can literally just walk in there.
Well, the thing is, I thought when I heard lounge for the first time, it's just a room with a few couches and persons are just chilling there. Then I walked in there. It's a huge hangar. It's like as big as the con itself. I was like, whoa.
What would you estimate? Like, what would you estimate how much money was hanging in this room?
Thousands, tens of thousands.
I'd say like it goes into the 6-digit numbers, so easily, because some suits alone are like 10k plus, but like the high tier top quality ones.
And the Protogens as well. Oh.
The Protogens. I mean, many of them are DIY, which, if you know what you're doing, kind of cheap to do. But well, if you commission people to do that, then work costs, just working hours is crazy. Do you have anything on your mind that you want to share about Eurofurence.
Then I would recommend it as a con itself. And some people told me maybe you shouldn't go to the biggest European con as your first con, but honestly, I don't know, it didn't really hurt me. It was an awesome experience. Like,
if you have a group to stick around, then it's fine. But I think if you'd go there alone, like I'm in the predicament that, funny enough, this week is another con I want to go to that I have a ticket for. But first of all, I didn't get a ticket for in the East, exactly. I didn't get a room in the main hotel. I don't have a room in the overflow hotel because it's a bit So, and the group I usually go to cons with, since we didn't got a hotel room, they didn't pay their ticket, but they only told me after I paid my ticket. Amazing. So I have a sponsored ticket, and I don't really know if I want to go.
well, yeah, I also didn't know anybody who would go there, so I didn't really.
Yeah, I think the
really
biggest problem I have is that I don't have a hotel room.
Fair.
I maybe go there just to pick up my badge so I can say I was there. I don't know. Furcons. But yeah, I think we've had a good fair chat. Oh god, shit. Oops.
Yeah.
And wait, I have like another. I have one more point on my script right here where I wrote everything down, which is just like .txt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, then I just say. Oh wait, let's take this camera, because there is a camera placement over there, which places a camera somewhere over there. So
somewhere over there, okay.
Yeah, somewhere over there. Just yeah, you that's kind of the right way you're looking.
Yes.
So I'd say that's it for the first episode of PCD. And again, a huge thank you to you, Contigo, for joining me on this.
Thank you for having me.
Oh god, clipping. And having your point of view of Eurofurence is just, it's nice to hear like all the other point of views of what they've what other people have experienced. Like for me, it was most okay. Wake up, then eat, spend some time just chilling around, maybe then be productive. And then for us it was usually okay, let's set up, play some music, and then store our stuff at the friend's room in the Radisson, and then go party ourselves.
Peak.
Yeah, if you oh god, I looked at the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, if you enjoyed this conversation, then please also make sure to check out Contigo on TikTok. Give them a follow. Yeah, new avatar idea. You add a spot for every follower you have.
Would be a lot of spots.
All the spots. Yeah, since this is the whole thing going on YouTube. Oh yeah, I can already tell you. If you find something very funny, you have my full permission to just say, yo, this is a funny moment. You want to share this on your account? Just you in here. So use the whole thing as whatever you want to use it.
I try to. I never used the remix thingy on YouTube at all. I will try to.
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you like this pilot episode, then let me know in the comments what could be improved on. You like and share it with all your friends, probably. Yo, hit that subscribe button right now. Yo, not ring the bell. Click the bell. And yeah, I will try to get more people on hearing their stories about their furrycon experiences. I know for sure who I'd love to have next, because it was also their first furcon. Oh wait, or should I say, did you know I already know who I want to have next? But yeah, until then, take care of yourselves, everyone, and remember, post-con depression, it's real, but the memories you made at the furcon are even stronger than that. I don't know how to do outros. I'm just screaming. Okay. That's it.